Okay, 3, 2, 1, we have speed.
Well, Christopher, not too many months ago we had a chance to talk in Washington, D.C., and now here we are in Los Angeles. And wonderful to talk about this picture switching channels, because I had no idea what your character would be. And you are absolutely wonderful. It's just a delicious role, and you do it very, very well.
Thanks.
It was such a hoot to see you in your big scene in the elevator, because now here is a pilot who has flown the Atlantic, right?
Right.
Alone.
Yep.
Okay. Superman, who's logged a lot of airtime. And now we have this guy in switching channels.
Whenever I check into a hotel, I always ask to be on the top floor.
Do you really?
I love it. I love heights. I think it's just great. It's a fun kind of in-joke to go play this guy with acrophobia.
Did that have anything to do with your taking the part?
No, it was a nice bonus, really. But it wasn't the reason that I took the part. I mean, I loved the whole opportunity to send up a romantic leading man that the part offered. But I thought that was just gravy, and I was really glad we were going to shoot that last, because it gave me the whole 7-week period to get ready for it and to think about it.
What all was involved in shooting it?
It was all done one day. I just went up and down that elevator, 8 or 9 times, and a lot of times it was cramped because we had to get an operator and lights and whatever in the elevator with me, and it was tremendous high energy day, because Blaine is screaming at the top of his lungs all day, so I just went for it. I just completely went for it. You can't hold back in a scene like that. And the reason it has to be so big is because the whole style of the film is farce. It's way out on a limb. This is not subtle like broadcast news. It's farce. And also the character's been buttoned up the whole movie. He's been this really suave, kind of pompous idiot the whole movie, and you've got to see all that be taken down a peg.
You mentioned broadcast news. When that came out, did you feel that would have any impact on yours? In other words, would you like switching channels to have come out first?
In an ideal world, probably, yeah. But I think they're such different movies. Stylistically, they're so different. I think you're looking really in broadcast news, it's primarily a love story, which is taking a shot also journalism. This is much more of a satire on the whole business, and it derives first from the old Heck MacArthur play, The Front Page, and then that went to His Girl Friday, and then now to the remake. And what it really is an homage to the whole business, and that somebody, once they've been attracted to the grease paint, the glamour, the excitement, that they can't give it up. So it's the love affair really is between Kathleen Turner and journalism, rather than anything else. And it's also a farce rather than a drama.
Chris, how do you feel you've been treated by the press and the media, generally speaking?
What's the report card? I say, see me after school. Come to the principal's office. Generally speaking, I think we're in the B- area. I don't know. I think enough to get into college, but no, I think generally there are some critics who are a little lazier than others, who don't do their homework, and I think it's a critic's job to see change and to encourage growth and to not give in to old labels. I mean, Superman is 10-year-old news now, even though I played it again last summer in an ill-fated production. But nevertheless, that really is old news. And the industry and the public, I mean, they have really no problem with letting me move on to other things. And I think it's about time that the press caught up. I mean, I'd be candid enough to say that. But I have a pretty thick skin. I wish I didn't have to have such a thick skin. But I look forward to that day where I realize that I've got a lot of other stuff going on and give me a fair break. I sometimes feel that when I do a project, it's like a baseball player stepping up to the plate and the count's already 0-1. And the count should be 0-0 because I've trained hard, I've trained long. And I deserve the same break that they give automatically to Bill Hurd or Kevin Kline or Mandy Patinkin or some people who are more sort of favorites. There's perhaps a little bit of a feeling that I got a free ride and that I sort of came with it, everything was lucky for me. It's not true. I've had some enormous ups and downs in my life and in my career, and I think that I'm entitled to some respect for that.
Will there be any more?
That sounded a little, oh man, right? Would you put a violin behind that for me, please? Thank you.
Will there be any more Supermans?
Yes, but we don't know who'll play the part. No, I don't know. They may. I heard some rumor about they're talking about Superman 5, but no, I haven't heard about it directly. I think that if, here the final answer on Superman is that I'm not trying to get away from the part, I'm not afraid of the part, none of that stuff. It's just that it's obviously, as we found from Superman 4, it's obviously a problem to spend enough money to put the quality in the screen. I feel that if we had put what Larry Connor and Mark Rosenthal and I wrote, if we had put that on the screen full out, it would be a smash. But it wasn't, and we don't have time to go into all the reasons why not. But maybe the dollar that, the 1977 dollar doesn't resemble the 1988 dollar, and in fact you can't afford to put the quality on the screen anymore. It just may be too expensive to really make the kind of movie that I'd want to make. So the main thing would be, can we do it first class? If we could, I'd play the part. If not, move on.
Well, you don't have to worry about it. Right now you have switching channels, and
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
it's going to be well received.
I hope so.
'Cause it's such fun.
That'd be nice. It's a real Saturday night, let's go to the movies kind of movie.
You bet. You bet.
And also it's a comedy that uses words instead of car chases. And it's a throwback to those 30s and 40s comedies where, people speak quickly and they use their brains and things are really popping between the characters, and it's a lot of subtlety. And as well as a very broad style. So I think it's kind of an original, even though it's a remake, and I hope it finds a place.
I bet it does. Chris, nice of you to take your day off to talk with us here.
Thank you. Nice to see you.
Thank you.